Hey, let's go ahead and get started with some messages from our spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. All right, we got a few cards out. All right, let me get these. And bottom of the deck. All right. So we got a few cards out. Overall energy, we got the Fates, okay? The Fates talks about everything that is transpiring right now is fated, okay? So regardless of how you're seeing things, formulating in your personal life, everything to this time period has been orchestrated by you and the dharma that you are experiencing in your life, which means your karmic path, okay? And the right people are coming along your journey that are helping you with building blocks towards your future. Okay. And so, what Spirit is saying is that we need to go with the flow of everything that is transpiring at this time. I feel like, I think a lot of you are thinking about, what it is that you are building for your future. And I feel like for a lot of you, you could be doing some type of, training of some sorts. You could be doing some type of research, learning new things, traveling. For others of you, you're visiting with, soulmates, family, old friends that feel like family. I feel like there's a lot of things that are going on right now, and Spirit is like, go with the flow, learn the lessons along your way. I feel like you do need to go out and experience all these things, being with certain people. Like, okay, now that sometimes it takes us like going on a vacation and separating ourselves from a certain situation so that when we come back to our regular programming, we have a different perspective. And maybe for some of us it helps us answer some of the questions that you've been asking yourself, like, what do I want for myself? What type of future do I want to conspire with the universe to bring about? And I feel like you got to take a step back so that you can move forward, right? Sometimes we have to go back towards the past before we can make any new steps towards our future and, a new adventure even. And I feel like for a lot of us, it can be a very confusing time right now because nothing is really yet set in stone. That's what I'm getting out of this. Is like nothing's set in stone. And it's almost like just asking you to be open to the journey and like, okay, if you want to move somewhere, where are you going to work? Have you put your resume together? Have you really thought about what you're going to be doing next? Is there something new that you want to learn? Maybe for some of you, if you're moving country, right, you might want to start learning the language, of where you're headed. That way, when you get there, you can at least be able to communicate with people, and in other countries, they do appreciate it when you take the time to learn their languages, right? It makes their job a little bit easier. So, yeah, it says, what do you need to release? For some of you, you needed to release certain soulmates in your life, certain people, okay? Maybe certain relationships. You need to release something. Or in the past, you did release these people and you knew that it needed to be done, okay, in order for you to move forward in your future. Yeah, and there it is again. It's time to release negativity. Maybe this is for some of you a job. Maybe for others of you, you couldn't build because you had other people's negative opinions on what it was that you were doing. And I feel like you needed to release certain people out of your life, family members, friends, old, bosses, coworkers, roommates, romantic situations, all of those things, all of the above. Everybody's going to be something different. And for some of you, it's going to be all of them. You're right. You got to release all of them. And so now we have, what are we clarifying to the sea, Spirit? Please show me to the sea. What do we got here? A personal issue reaches resolution. Sorry. Wow. And like I said, that could have been family. We do have Cancer here, which is about home and family. So I do feel like for some of you, this is like moving on, drifting towards a new home, a new environment, And you're able to, clear out this old energy. And, it can feel a little, sad. Don't get me wrong, because I almost see her, looking down. She's got her arms down and she's looking down. She's not looking out in front of her. She's looking down. It's like she doesn't want to see what's right in front of her, and she's still stuck in her emotions as well. And what do we have here? We have another full moon. Don't let pride get in your way. Don't let pride get in your way of learning lessons. Don't let pride get in your way of like holding you back, from certain situations. We have 3 full moons here, and full moons are all about endings, completions, and finalizations, fruition even. And we only have 1 new moon, and that right here is your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So think back like 6 months ago, like, in the new moon in Capricorn, right around December into January. What were you manifesting around that time? What was it that you were putting out there from spirit? Like, think back to that time period and ask yourself, what was it that you were experiencing? What did you ask the universe for at that time? Or what did you start working on? Because we have the last and final full moon in Capricorn of, this year, and it's a blue moon even. And we do have that blue here, right? So with that said, with these blue moons, it means that there's 2 full moons in the same sign. So on June 21st, we had the first full moon in Capricorn. What were the themes around that time period? For a lot of you, it was about the father. There was a lot of father archetype that was coming to the surface. Saturn does rule the father. Capricorn is the patriarch of the family. Okay? So what was it around that time that you had to let go of? For some of you, it was a person. Maybe they crossed over into the spirit realm. And, it's like, okay, now how am I going to build from this point forward? And we've had a lot of the patriarch passing away. I mean, look at what just happened at that rally the other day. There was a father who jumped over his own family and he was shot, unfortunately. And so, this is a lot to do with, this is someone's father. This was someone's brother, but it is about the patriarch of the family, right? And so it is like this natural energy of, okay, well, now what am I going to do? Unfortunately, my sister lost her husband at that first full moon in Capricorn. And now she's like trying to put the pieces back together. And she's like, okay, well, what do I do from this point forward? And for her, it's like, you kind of have this second lease on life of like, okay, how have I been living my life, and how can I live my life differently so that, the death of this person is not in vain? And how can I utilize them in the spirit realm in order to help me manifest into the human existence now that this person is chosen to be your guide instead of your partner here on, the human realm? They're still your partner, but now it's, a different perspective. And now they're in the spirit realm where they can clear a lot of things out for you and align the right people, places, and things, for you to be able to move forward. So we do have something here about the children. Maybe there's something here to learn from the children. Also, I did just hear, like, why are people wanting to attack our children? Okay, because we do have Capricorn here, and that does rule government. Why is there such an emphasis on our children when it comes to the government, and also taking away our rights as parents towards our children and creating division? Why do they want division so bad between us and our family? Okay. It's easier to indoctrinate when you have separated, the family dynamic. And so there is something here to say about that as well. The mother-child relationship, or, there was something about your own childhood and the relationship between you and your mother and your father. So that right there is going to bring a lot of things to the surface as well. And I feel like some of us need to just remember that it was fated for us to experience what we have experienced in our own family dynamics. And each one of us is dealing with a lot of family karma at this time. Look around. Like the majority of the people that I talk to in my personal readings and a lot of the readings that I've been doing right here on YouTube have had a huge emphasis on family karma and the family dynamic. And so I do feel like there is a lot to learn about this, a lot to learn about the cycles, because these are all about cycles, right? That's how the moon works, is in phases, right? And so it really is about looking at the cycles of our lives and not repeating these patterns so that they don't continue to trickle down, from the, generation to generation to generation. And we talk about those things, but everything that we have experienced up until this point has been about us learning these lessons from our family circumstances and the hands that we have been dealt. Some of us didn't have the best of hand, so never judge a book by its cover. Some of you are doing, you're able to do great because you had a great family upbringing and you had the support of your mother and father, and for some of you, grandfathers and, whatever else. For others of us, we've had to go out and learn how to make our own family and learn from our own, mistakes and raise ourselves. Not everybody was, blessed with an amazing family unit where, everybody's working together for the same common goal. And more you look around and you notice how disruptive our families can be and how detrimental they can be and how chaotic they can be. And so that's what it's saying. Like for some of us, we've had to make the choice to walk away from our families. We've had to make the choice to, not settle for less than what we deserve, not settle for negative behavior in our lives anymore, and start building towards our future and what we're looking for. And I see this person looking out upon the horizon. She's like, it's like, where do I go? Where do I want to be? And it's like, I do feel like for some of you, you are looking back at old soulmates, right? And hoping and praying that it's fated, that the two of you or, the three of you or the 10 of you will eventually come back around. And I do believe everything has a time and a space. You're just going to have to be patient in the meantime. But in the meantime, you are being guided to go off on this journey of self-discovery, to go on those adventures, to learn new things, to have those, it's almost like motivation for a new spark of energy and vitality in you and passion and excitement, and really tapping into that inner child again. And because that's what the Leo represents, is our inner child. And we've been doing a lot of that, like I said, that healing, because there's been so much wounding with the matriarch and the patriarch of the family. We do have Pluto, which is getting ready to transit back into Capricorn for one last final stay. And that happens on September 1st through November 20th, when it transits back into Aquarius until 2044. Then it will go back or go on into Pisces. But in that amount of time, we've been working on a lot of these cycles with Pluto. It's been there since 2008. It's really riled things up when it came to the patriarch of the family. And again, it opposed the matriarch of the family. So we are working on rebuilding our family. Some of us are creating new family in new environments. We've detached ourselves. We've let go of toxicity. We've moved along. And just know that all of the hard work and everything that you experienced during that Pluto transit, and to finish it all out, was not all for nothing. Anytime Pluto transits an area of your chart, no matter for how long, because Pluto is a long transit, it's the furthest planet away from the sun. Therefore, it's going to have the biggest impact, but it takes a long time for that to come to the surface so that we can heal whatever it is that we've been giving our power away to. Where is it that you have allowed someone else to govern you, to tell you what to do, what to think, how to live your life? And at this point in time, we're all tired of it. No one wants to be governed anymore by, ridiculousness, especially when it's just like out of this world. So again, we need to release all the negativity of even what's going on in this world today. It's, it's like, just watch it from afar, but don't attach to what is going on. There's a lot of things that people don't understand about what is happening in our world today. And all you want to do is be a spectator. You don't want to be in the middle of it. You don't want the drama around you or the negativity. The best thing that we can do for ourselves is be a spectator. See what's going on, but don't attach to it. Don't attach to an outcome. It's okay to have empathy because there's a lot of hatred and hurt and pain and people stabbing each other in the backs and really just demolishing one another at this point. It's not just going on in politics. It's going on in your community and it's going on in your own personal life. For a lot of you, it's going on within the family. And so again, it says, don't let pride get in the way of what it is that you are being taught right now. You can have like an egoistic, like, I already know, you already know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. No, you fucking don't. If you think you already know everything that's going on, you already don't know what the hell's going on, okay? So time for you to release, the way that you're looking at things, release the negative energy that you have towards another individual. If you're happy that you've kicked someone out of your life and you feel good about what you're doing, then move on. Don't carry any more animosity towards someone else. Like, all you're doing is drinking poison and expecting someone else to die. It's not gonna happen, and you're not God. So therefore, whatever energies that you're putting out on other people, how about take that energy back and put it on yourself and allow yourself to move forward differently into a life that you can be fucking proud of. I'm going to leave that here, you guys. Very powerful messages here today. I love this reading. At the end of the day, just know that whatever is happening in our lives right now, it is genuinely fated. And if you have to walk away from certain individuals in your life, you can't change them so that you can stay in a relationship with them. At the end of the day, everybody is in charge of who they are and how they walk. So my suggestion is, focus on you. Focus on your passion. Focus on your creativity. Focus on your future. Focus on your own stability. And focus on love and forgiveness and kindness to others. Life is already mean enough. We don't need to add more to it. I'm going to leave that here, you guys. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It does help my channel grow. I love each and every one of you guys so freaking much. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for the donations. And if you are interested in checking me out over on Facebook and Instagram, look me up under The Footsteps to Peace or Peace Unhinged Tarot. Take care, you guys, and we'll chat again soon.